I'm in the key of E major, and I'm doing a 12-bar blues progression here following the 1-4-5 chord changes. So what I'm doing is playing a chord, and then I'm following it up with an alternate picked bass line. So that's the call and response. My three chords are dominant 7 chords, so my E dominant 7, and the roots up on the A string at the 7th fret. All right. And my 4 chord is an A dominant 7, the roots on the D string at the 7th fret. Right? And the 5 chord is a B dominant 7 with the root also on the D string at the 9th fret. All right, so those are the 3 chords. I'm playing the chord first, which is the call, and then I'm following it up with the alternate pick bass line, which is the response. Alright, so here's the chord. I'm muting it at the end just to be able to make my transition to the picked notes. And then again. Okay, so the chord part. Down, up, down, and then a mute at the end of that. In real slow motion. You can mute that slightly as well. That sounds pretty good as well. That's the ending of that. All right, so that's the 1 chord. Then I go to the 4 chord for 2 bars, and the 4 chord is off of an A dominant 7. All right. Okay, so I'm playing the chord, the down, up, down, with followed by a mute. And then, starting at the 5th fret of the A string, to the 7th fret, to the 5th fret of the D string. Okay. And then, finishing at the 7th fret of the D string on that half part. Back to the 1 chord for 2 bars. Okay, and then comes the 5 chord. The 5 chord is a B dominant 7, and it's a similar rhythmic pattern. By the 4 chord, and then to the 1 chord. Then I'm going to be playing my 5 chord. Okay, R&B style. So that's a B dominant 7 chord. Here's my bar chord. I'm going to be playing the root with my thumb. And these 3. Okay, so that's the 7th fret of the E string is where I found my B. And then I'm going to start the next 12-bar section. The second 12-bar section is the same. I'm just finishing things on an E dominant 7 with a climb up chromatically. All right, E dominant 7. So here it is from the 5. Okay, E dominant 7. Using a different shape here. All right, so on those alternate picked bass lines, to get it up to speed, you can just start really slow. then bit by bit. The idea here is not, you can play this fast. It actually sounds kind of interesting doing this groove really fast. But a mid-tempo to start things off is a good way to go. And you can definitely use some right hand muting on those notes. That sounds really interesting as well. Maybe a little bit of a mix. That sounds kind of cool too. That's call and response using muting.